right, today we're going to talk about should the Lions press play on a trade that was in pick 16, 19, and 49, which is a second rounder, and possibly some to the New Orleans Saints for number 2. You know, a lot of y'all keep saying trade down, and this is a possibility. Okay. And also, I watched Travon Walker as well, too, and I guess I'll get that out the way first, but you can always rewatch this, check the Lions one-on-one playlist, and I get more time and I get around to it. Most definitely will start a Spotify and podcast. You can just listen to it ad free or listen to it without the YouTube ads. Because eventually, if it get bigger, to be on, it had ads on there, but I just gotta find time to get around to it. So I'm not saying I'm gonna get around to it anytime soon. Eventually I'll create a link tree. Like I got a other channel for this channel as well, but I see I got a lot of things going on and things could be ramping up the other way. But so I mean, yeah, you know, this is where we at with it. It's the most viable trade offer that's possibly, you know, been concealed to the public. But let's talk about Travon Walker too, bro. I watched Travon Walker tape. I was left impressed and a little bit baffled how people consider him one of the best pass rushers in his draft. He's just simply not a pass rusher yet, you know. But I also looked at Micah Parsons last year and, you know, looked at some of the things that, you know, he done, you know, and he didn't really have all the pass rusher moves because, you know, he didn't technically run the 40, you know, because of I think it was the pandemic year. But looking at him, you know, he beat a lot of guys with speed and, you know, the utility player is always kind of iffy when you're dealing with the utility guys. Um, you know, like Isaiah Simmons, you know, but as long as they impactful for you, yeah, I'm down for it. As long as it's impactful, yeah, you know, some guys you can't measure by stats. But one thing about Travon Walker, no wonder Georgia defense was so good against the run because they got two of the best run stoppers and pure best defensive players out there, him and Jordan Davis, all right? And N'Kobe Dean really benefited from playing with and with them guys in front of him. But Travon Walker is, he's somebody can drop in coverage. So his athleticism, you can stand him up. He can play the 3-4 defensive end. He can play the back. He can play eventually the front side 4-3 end, the blind side. He could play the front side, you know, defensive end. 1 second, plug my headphones in. Yeah, but he's just not a polished pass rusher yet. You know, he's somebody that pass rush by design when you talk about stunts and loops, and he just beating guys with pure athleticism. But if he develop his pass rushing moves, I think he might be the best player in this draft. But right now, what he's gonna give you when he come in there is a really good block shedder, really good run defender, stout run defender, probably the best run defender in this draft with Jordan Davis. Is somebody that can play across the line. He can give you some. He can cover a little bit too. So yeah. Taking some. You know who somebody made a great analogy. A great comparison. Great comparison to him was Jadeveon Clowney. You know, really good against the run, but Jadeveon Clowney never developed pass rushing move. So
and he doesn't bring it every play.
well,
Motor issues.
Walker don't have that issue. It's just that.
Oh, we're talking about Travon. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I just got in. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you good. Trayvon just that kind of remind you of him. I think you know he bring it every play. Well, one of the best block shatters out there. But the
Oh
thing
yeah,
is,
he's the best edge in this draft.
I can't
And
really call him an edge though.
I feel he's being victimized because of the talent that was around him. But as an individual, man, he's raw. You know, he's just straight up savage, man. He was. Other than the Will Anderson kid from Alabama who was a sophomore, Travon Walker was the best edge this year. Aiden Hutchinson did well, but we really don't know against the SEC now. You know how Aiden.
Yeah, I can't really call him an edge though. I think he being miscategorized, if that's the fucking word. I really just.
But that's
see
the
him.
beauty of him, man. He's a Swiss Army knife. He could be anywhere
Yeah, he's like
inside and
Isaiah.
out.
He's Isaiah Simmons / he's this year Isaiah Simmons / Michael Parsons.
Yeah, that's key. Seeing how they don't know if they're going 3-4 or 4-3 it.
Yeah,
So
he would fit
somebody
the
like
bill.
him, man, I seen him hawk down
Jameson
Jameson
Williams.
Williams. You see that play? Like,
Yo, that shit
man,
was impressive.
shoot. Man, very. So
That
I wouldn't
motherfucker
be mad
came.
if
He
we took
shitted
him.
somebody off 15 yards down the field on Hawk. I mean, if he developed it, I just see him I really see him like coming. If he played day one and on nothing change, improve with him, I see him one of them dudes you sit on the front side that's gonna stop the run. I see one of them dudes you put, you just put on the front side. If it's 3-4-4-3, he's just gonna be good at stopping the run. If he develop pass rushing skills, I think it's over with. All he needs is
I feel
three
like he's
moves.
a Chandler Jones.
I gotta.
That's what I'm more like
I
a
can't.
Chandler
As
Jones.
far as a player, I can't. I don't really have a comparison. Because he way more dominant than Clowney in the run game. Anyway, he got a better motor. I don't think there's a comparison for somebody that can play nose tackle, 3 technique, front side, back side, stand up. I don't think he have a comparison. I think he that unique. I just can't think of nobody. Name a nigga that basically could do what JJ Watt can play JJ Watt position, then stand up and drop in coverage. Then he can play 4-3 defensive end. Then he can slide the nose and power against SEC caliber nose. Then he could potentially play 3 technique. I just don't see nobody like him. But if he become a better pass rusher, he's probably the best football player in the draft. That's bar none. Bar none. I don't think he have a comparison. But worst case scenario, if he don't develop as a pass rusher, what you getting is getting a great fucking football player. You getting power and speed. You getting a dominant run blocker right away. Run defender right away. So, and you getting somebody with a motor. So, I don't even think it's the talent that's around him that made him good. I think he made them better, to be honest. DH Harris, salute. D Harris, salute. B gonna be back. No, they shouldn't to come up too far. We need a first next year. They traded away already. No, I don't think you need a first next year because what you missing out on? What you missing out on? I don't think you need a first. You take 16, 19, 49, and what else? You probably say a third or fourth this year or next year. Simple as that. But you need another first for. You're getting 2 firsts. You're getting a second. That means you will have 16, 19, 32, 49, and something else. Now, if you can pry away Marshawn Lattimore, that's fine. If you can pry away Michael Thomas, if that's what you want coming off an injury, I ain't sure. But we'll get there. But yeah, what else you want? You're not going to get a first. You're not going to get 3 firsts for the second. Now, fucking Peyton Manning or RG3 and Andrew Luck was coming out, then I feel you on that. But ain't nobody like that. If New Orleans gave me 16, 19, 49, and a third or fourth or second next year, fucking I'll push the button on that. Because this draft is better meat and potatoes than it is caviar, steak, sirloin, and all that shit. Trey Finesse, salute. He said, no way, I can't go down that far just as low. I mean, what you mean? You talking about 16 and 19,
Shoot, heck
you
yeah,
also
you go
get
down that
49.
far.
It's just come
Absolutely, you go
on.
back that far. Get them players. And then at
If
49,
you can get a
you
pick,
take Carson Strong, right? At
I mean,
49,
you
you
could
take Carson Strong.
What if you trade? What if New England? Somebody really wants 16 and 19? You could turn that to a first next year. There's a lot of willing and dealing. Like I said before, the nucleus of this draft is in the middle of the second round. Like I said before, if it was an elite talent, then if Luck or RG3 type of year or Carson Wentz golf type of year, then you have John Bradshaw salute. Then you have some leverage. But let me finish off on Travon. Travon the fucking animal, bro.
Yeah.
You know what player he gonna be good for, dog? If he go there, it's over with. New England.
Oh no, I hope
He
not.
go to Bill Belichick, boy. Y'all better watch out. Bill Belichick thrive on them power players. You give him power and speed, Bill Belichick gonna give him 3 moves. It's gonna be
But I
a
think they're gonna
bull
surprise y'all in last minute. Take Travon, the Jaguars, and then the Lions gonna get Aiden Hutchinson.
for them.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pull a last minute. They're gonna pull the chair from up under us and take Travon because they see how we interested. I mean, they had to show up to act like they was interested in Thibodeau, just so a team that's interested in Thibodeau can pick up that phone. That's what I'm really thinking. That was more so a smoke screen.
I think New Orleans already called somebody and said, "Yo, we coming up there." I think
And
he already called
honestly, when
somebody.
you drop back to 16, people don't want to hear it, but Kyle Hamilton might be there at 16.
Bare minimum, Daxton Hill.
Yeah,
Bare
you know,
minimum, Daxton Hill.
getting
You
a
know,
quality guy there.
I mean, I think you get a stud there. I mean, historically looking, especially if
Then
you want
turn
to.
around and take your boy Traylon Burks at 19.
Well, I'm thinking a little bit different. I'm thinking that you could finesse Green Bay, who need to get up and get a receiver or somebody. Somebody need to move to 16, 19. You could take them for more seconds and first in the future. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Minnesota did last year and traded back down. What they traded back down still ended up with a quality Christian Daria and ended up with an additional first. I think it was them.
Yeah, from the Bears this
Yeah,
year.
so at the end of the day, like you still the willing and dealing don't be done. If y'all at 2, if it ain't nobody they like, and this draft is just as good as the body. Look at the top. Jermaine Johnson might slide a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Still get an edge like Jermaine Johnson.
You know, still the Marvin kid from Mississippi State that play inside, you might end up to get him.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis might be around at that time.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
gonna be a run on receivers. There's gonna be a run on quarterbacks.
And that's what's crazy because, like, let's just be flat out real. Jordan Davis has not been stopped. Flat out. He has not been stopped. Like, what if this continues to go on at the NFL level and he is the Aaron Donald of this shit?
I mean,
you get what I'm saying?
You got Aleem, and then you pretty much got a rookie.
I'm not talking about as far as the Lions. I'm talking about overall.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you ever plug
he comes out as the premium guy.
But look about Aleem, they just as big and they both athletic. Imagine pairing them together. I mean, you really can play them on passing downs too.
And like you said, after a trade back, that's a possibility. Jordan Davis.
I mean, shit, what else Travon Walker? I heard anywhere from he started to shoot up to second round. He can go anywhere. Depends on how you look at him.
Man, he's not going past 10.
Who knows? He might not. He might. You never know how it go. I think you're gonna see somebody jump up for a receiver. I think it's gonna be a nice run of receivers on there too. But New England get their hands on him. This is a perfect Belichick player. Trading in Seattle, trading 16. I don't know about the 16 and 19. Then you got 32. Then you got 49. Then you're going to get an additional player or pick for them for next year. If it's a pick, you end up with a second, a third, or fourth next year.
You got to take him. He 275. Yeah, you got to take him.
He played with power. He said, we need Malik. Well, I told Losing Motor City. At the end of that, I started that movement. Y'all was the one saying, fuck Malik Willis at 2. That's too high. Mel Kiper said this. Todd McShay said,
caught up in their projections.
Caught up in their projection.
Caught up.
Look at the talent. Just look at the talent. Malik could go home. That ain't what y'all was saying 3 weeks ago. Shit, 2 weeks ago before the pro. There wasn't nobody saying that. I was the crazy one. Now it's Malik could go home. No, y'all gonna take y'all Bryce Young and settle with it. Y'all gonna take y'all Bryce Young and be happy with it. That's what y'all want. 16-2, the talent drop. At the end of the day, okay, what talent really drop off when you look at it? Y'all sat here, keep talking about Aiden Hutchinson, right?
I mean, how can people say that when it's the first round?
Right.
Like, bro, all the premium players there, the first round, bro. Like, you can't say drop off.
And then you're going to get something different. And then, they ask you 16, 19, 49. You're going to get something else in the deal, too, because you're going to be like, well, I need something for next year. I need a player. So you're going to end up with something else, but you look at it. Y'all don't like Thibodeau. Some people like Hamilton and 9. He ran a 4.6 at a safety, okay? Offensive linemen, it's a ton of offensive linemen moving back towards that way. Amar Gardner, we just signed Mike Hughes. We got your boy Kuda coming back. Travon Cross, Charles Cross, Garrett Wilson, Malik Willis, Derek Stingley Jr. It'd be funny to see where he go. Jermaine Johnson.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, Drake London, Jordan Davis, Devin Lloyd. I don't even know who Trevor Penn is. Shout out to Northern Iowa. Kenny Pickett, George Karlaftis, and Chris Olave and Jamison Williams, who injured. All right. Then you're 20. I mean, at the end of the day, how big of a drop-off is it from Hutchinson to Jordan Davis, right. Devin Lloyd, George Karlaftis, anywhere? I seen him go anywhere from the top 5 to the second round. How big a drop-off is there from Jordan Davis, Drake London? It's just position. You got 2 edges, Thibodeau and Hutchinson. All right, you say, well, Jermaine Johnson might go inside the top 10, right? Then you say it's Carla. If you're looking for edge, Carla Fetus. I mean, that's only issue. If you're looking for edge, Boya Mafai, so I heard somebody talk about he pretty good. If you're looking for edge, you do become thin at that point. But if you're looking for them to replace high, well, I don't think they cut high tie, but potentially replace Taylor Decker, well, you can always flip Sewell back over there. I think that was kind of always the plan for him to play left eventually. You got a number of guys over there. Kenyon Green tackle outside, inside. I mean, Bernard Raymond. I mean, you got a number of guys. So when you go down there, it get interesting. They probably won't be done. They probably say somebody probably want to jump up for a receiver at 16. You say, here, take 16. I'll take wherever you at. Give me a second. Give me a future first and whatever else come with it. So I don't really see no drop off because I don't see.
And then when you zoom in on this, we forget about the players that's back there. Man, I keep hearing that Sky Moore is like a black Cooper Kupp. Like I'm hearing that he get open, he has it. Teams are in love with him, but they're trying to be mush and quiet on him.
I mean, shit, what's about the little nigga too? Wandale
Robinson from Kentucky, yep.
Like I said before, I mean, people can talk about it, but you're trying to build a football. If you ain't settled at number 2, then you know what you're saying? You're saying, well, we want depth. That's what you're saying. Y'all want to trade down. Y'all want depth. This is what you're going to get 16, 19, 32, 34, 49. And you probably get a little bit more out of them next year or possibly this year. You might end up with a player. It's simple as that. It's not no elite talent this year, bro. Like, who is the elite guy if you ain't looking at offensive linemen? And it's always a lineman that get pumped up there. Who is y'all guy as far as this lineal guy? Don't say fucking Malik Willis because y'all was bashing me when I said they should take him at 2 about a month ago. So I don't want to hear I seen this pro day. Ty McShay said this, said nah. When I was saying it, y'all said nah, throw away.
Hey, I was right there with you, bro. Guy, shit. I wouldn't. You can't even get mad at missing at a quarterback at that high either way, because quarterback gonna affect your win-loss record the most. I mean, if you get another regular good positional player, is he really? How many wins he gonna give you? 1 more win, 2 more wins?
I mean, yeah, you never know because defensive players is a unit. It's a unit. So
there ain't no one player.
Yeah,
ain't no one player. Yeah,
unless you like Lawrence Taylor and Aaron Donald, and you make a unit just that much better. And
but Aaron Donald, he wasn't the Rams. He was with the Rams for like 3 years, had 3 straight losing seasons. Before they got McVay. So I mean, you gotta have a team.
You had Steve Fisher, the GOAT team. What's his name? Jeff Fisher, the GOAT team obliterator. They talk about T.O. Jeff Fisher, the GOAT team obliterator, boy. One for Steve McNair carrying them, man. Shit, they probably would have won a championship if
he had Vince Young at the end.
Vince Young was just dumb. He was going to he was flying to Las Vegas the day before games. It's like can't defend Vince Young. Malik could go home.
Vince Young got blackballed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Vince Young.
Look, I can't say that.
Got blackballed. We know he got blackballed. Jeff Fisher sat him down. Y'all remember that year where he came in and he won 6 games straight and took him to the playoffs.
Yeah,
after Jeff Fisher benched him. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, with him and Chris Johnson
straight.
But that nigga was flying to Vegas before and after games, bro. He did it to himself. I was listening to his story. Jeff Fisher he do look like that type of that coach. Like I say, he team obliterator. He just immature.
Maybe so, but I feel like he closed the door way too soon on that brother.
But he also gave troubled players a chance, like Janoris Jenkins when the Lions wouldn't draft Janoris Jenkins and he drafted him. So I really can't say too much bad about Jeff Fisher though. But as far as
you just got to point out how the quarterback play has been stagnant with him.
Yeah, for sure.
He wouldn't know a winner if it was right under his nose. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Sean McVay came in and did magic. N'Kobe Dean, man, I like him, but I think he might need to transition to safety. I don't know. The Jokers don't never succeed in the NFL. Like what happened to Deion Buchanan and shit? What happened to him? Mark Barron, what he doing? Cutting Nick Saban's grass and shit.
Shit,
We
I
really
feel
don't.
like that's gonna be how like Isaiah Simmons.
No, that's
Shit,
different though.
Isaiah Simmons delivers.
He
Nah,
playing more.
bro.
He playing more in the box. What you talking about? He was balling last year. Somebody
Yeah,
tried to tell me
he
you crazy.
delivers.
You
He was
crazy?
alright. Their defense was ass towards the end, so I don't want
Because
to hear
JJ
that
Watt
shit.
got injured. What is you talking
And
about? That's
Chandler
JJ Watt.
Jones. All your pressure is gone. Chandler Jones and him
Man,
is
what
out
you
for
want
the
the
year.
nigga to do? Walk through niggas like he a
Shit, y'all
ghost?
know he used to play on the edge in college. Put his ass up there, see what he can do.
Nah,
Yeah,
nope,
and
nope.
then
You don't put him there. Nope.
I mean,
That's where he
damn.
won't excel. You say, no, you
If
ain't gonna do that.
JJ and Jones ain't doing it, put his
Man,
ass
them
up
two
there.
Hall of Famers right there. You
Shoot. That's what we did with Jamal. We made his ass blitz, had 9.5 sacks.
man. That's why he ain't worth shit.
So let me ask y'all this,
Yeah.
man. So if they happen to trade back, do you take a receiver with the that 16th pick, or do you take?
I mean,
It depends on who there. It depends on who
I
there.
think you gonna move back again. People ain't gonna like me saying that. I think soon as Chris Olave or Garrett Wilson or Drake London come off the board, somebody gonna. If you look at the order, somebody gonna get desperate. Y'all, hold on, look at this right here. Hold on, check this out right here. Okay, you say Jacksonville do what they do. Let's take us out. Houston is rumored to take a tackle. New York, I don't know what they're gonna take. The Giants, I don't know what they're gonna take. I mean, it could be quarterback and offensive lineman, edge rusher, whatever. Carolina could take a quarterback. The Giants, they could do whatever they want to do. Atlanta, they need everything. They need Jesus just like we do. Seattle, I mean, they need everything. They in the full rebuild. And they coach about to get fired for blasting the owners, but that's something else. New York again. So then you look at, I think receiver really starts to start popping at number 10, right? Washington could take a receiver again, more than likely not. Minnesota not. Houston could. I heard Cleveland was in talks to trade for Brandon Cooks. I guess Will Fuller don't want to come. Baltimore they took receivers. Philadelphia right here, they could take a receiver. And then this would be us right here. So I think once Philadelphia or the Jets, one of them take a receiver, then you're going to want somebody to go to 16 because then it's either going to be Wilson, Traylon Burks, George Pickens, whoever else flying, the dude from North Dakota State. Drake London, whoever it is, it's gonna start to fly off the motherfucking shelves right here. So you might have an opportunity to ham Green Bay. Because by the time a receiver dropped the Green Bay at 22, who's gonna be there? Pickens, it depends on how they rate the receivers and how they rate the need. So they have the longest tenure right now for not taking they have the longest tenure for not taking a receiver in the first round right now. No other teams.
When the last time y'all took one?
No. That Green Bay has not taken a receiver in the first round longer than anybody else. I mean, you got Watson, Dotson.
Now, who the last? Do you know the last guy I've got was asking?
Who?
It was Javon Walker. Was the last time.
Oh damn! I was a baby.
Yeah.
God damn.
And Brett Favre. Brett
Favre. Wait. He came in about 02 or 03.
Look,
something like.
Brett Favre.
Was it 2008 maybe? Somewhere in there.
Nah. Favre. It was like I remember he had a nice season in the early 2000s.
He was a good player.
Hold on. Let's talk about how Brett Favre owed this nigga residual checks since he's stealing all them food stamps and shit. He told Javon Walker, don't be holding out and come in. We need you. Javon Walker ended his career coming to camp without getting his money. The whole Brett Favre taking care of him, bro. He was 2002.
Man, Brett Favre don't care about nobody that looked like us.
He was stealing. He was stealing food stamps.
Yeah, he trailer trash, bro. I mean,
that's for real.
Hold on, he said Stephen Farmer really don't think they taking an edge for some reason. I see a safety quarter because this team got a ton of edge rusher. Well, you don't have that dominant edge rusher though. That's what you're looking for. Somebody that you can slide their way. So you're looking for somebody that you can slide. So
man, I'm looking at Kayvon for real.
Kayvon, man, at the end of the day, you slide. He got injury history.
True, but I mean, honestly, who's the other DN, the other rush that's gonna be
Jermaine Johnson?
That has that. You think he has that higher ceiling than Kayvon?
Did you see his numbers, bro? And think about his numbers. He might have the highest ceiling because he only had 1 year of production. He used to play at Georgia. Think about this nigga for a minute, bro. Florida State ain't got nothing but a hope and a dream and hatred for Deion Sanders for stealing their recruit. All right. Look what this nigga did over there in 12 games. 33 solo, 37 assisted, 70 total tackles, 17 and a half tackles for loss, 11 and a half sacks, 1 touchdown, 2 forced fumbles, 2 pass defense. And he got the perfect body for an edge rusher. Perfect body, you know?
True.
Perfect. If they took him at number 2, I told you I wouldn't be mad. I believe in the talent. He was on
CJ.
Georgia.
Have you done one of them the mock draft simulators?
Nope, I only do one.
Yeah, I have, man. But you know what? They make it too easy, bro. You end up coming up with a little a dream team because it's so non-realistic.
Yeah, it depends on what
you can ship anybody. You know what I'm
did
saying?
You
trade. Like,
which one did you use? I used the PFF one.
Man,
PFF.
See, the rest of them look like some weird third party sites.
Yeah, I like Walter Camp too because they let you choose your board though. I think it's Walter Camp that let you choose your board. You can choose whatever draft boards you want. PFF, ESPN. He said, but Jay Smith said, I believe in Malik Willis at 2 and going to work. Let Jared Goff play himself to the bench and grab someone at 32 and pair with them a falling wideout or defense. But y'all wasn't screaming this like till I said it. When I was saying that was crazy.
Shoot, to be honest, I'll if we get Willis, Goff might ball out and we can still trade him. You know what I'm saying? Get some trade back.
Yeah.
But if that happens, I think they'll keep him. To be honest.
Yeah, what is Seattle saying about this trash? I don't know what you mean about that. He said, Poolman 313 said, Sam Adams missed TB12, Aaron Rodgers, set your draft. You got to take your shot at players, stop being scared, which the Lions are every single draft for decades. Yep. Replace Williams and Brockers and Flower. Hey, you know what, man? I don't know if Williams coming back, but they do need to get more twitchy at defensive end, regardless if they go 3-4 or they stand at 3-4. Anazorki just had that back injury and it threw him off, but like I said before, you know, we talk about if they do trade the 16 and 19 about that. He said, I've been saying Willis. I mean, I put that Willis holy water on your head, DeJuan.
Yeah, we was talking about that long ago.
I had to look at the tape because they were saying, yeah, Willis, you gotta look at Willis. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get to the tape, bro. I got to the tape, like I drugged my feet on Travon Walker. Travon Walker had his highlight film was short, but man, that boy played with nobody gonna put run stopping on fucking a highlight tape. But boy, he got it. In my opinion, on small school guys, you got to stand out like Khalil Mack did versus Ohio State. Was clearly the best player on the field. I mean, yeah, you know, I agree with that. Yes, we need to trade that pick to the Saints. We will get so much draft capital for the next 2 drafts, and like I said before, you can take that capital you get from them and turn it into more capital. That's what Cleveland was doing, like B. Taylor was saying. He said, he went to Kerry Collins, racist ass over Vince Young. If Kerry Collins got bounced out of Carolina, boy, he said the N-word. I said, well, you can't be in here.
Oh, what the fuck?
You all right, bro? Man, Stream ought to do that to a nigga. He said, I'd rather trade down and build up D line and grab trade with the Saints. My thing is this, you've been building the trenches for years. I'm just saying.
Need a quarterback.
Y'all be building the trenches for years. I forgot y'all had one of the best defenses in Lions history, and Stafford couldn't put no points up versus Dallas with Golden Tate, Calvin Johnson. I think Eric Ebron was there, Joyke Bill, Reggie Bush. Yeah, we didn't have great defensive line. We didn't have great defensive line players. Hey, we heard you, bro. We did hear you.
My bad, my alarm went off.
Oh, yeah. He said we did have great defensive players, bro. They had good defenses, bro. Stafford just injured his pinky that year. I'm just being honest, bro. So now I keep talking about building up the defensive line. They didn't been there and done that. You had a good front seven till y'all boy jumped out that airplane and hurt his leg and DeAndre Levy. What up, Mike, bro?
If y'all get Willis though, and y'all sit him or suck another year, y'all can still build up y'all roster with a high pick.
That's logic. Detroit don't speak no logic. Brad Holmes got to show me. He got to show me. He might fuck around and take Derek Stingley.
Y'all can get who y'all want this year, suck, and then flip that next high pick for more capital.
You can, but they don't think like that, bro. They don't think with a brain. You don't think like that, bro. Like I said before, they take Willis, I'm fine. They trade back with New Orleans as long as they get a little bit more than 49. If that's a second next year, a third next year, or fourth next year, or that's a player. Because they some $1 million over the cap. So they still need some cap relief. Michael Thomas, I wouldn't take no chance, but they want to send Marshawn Lattimore over here, I would have no problem.
Yeah, give me that draft picks, man. Give me more to merrier.
Or you gotta take a player, or you gotta get a pick next year. Lou gotta get a little bit more than 49 because they want to hold us because we Detroit. You gotta get a little bit more than 49 if that's
what's 49 in the middle of the second?
Second, yeah, but I just want a little bit
17.
more. It could be a fifth,
16.
a fourth, a third.
Yeah, I want a fourth, bro, because we don't got a fourth this year.
Well, they probably won't give you that. They probably won't give you.
Mike?
What's going on? They probably.
What's up, B. Taylor, dog?
They probably won't give you.
I got the goat, man.
They probably won't.
Hell yeah, I do.
They probably won't give you a fourth this year. You probably get that next year. I wouldn't mind having it next year. I mean, because you got some compensatory picks to make up for that not having that fourth too. So,
because let's be honest, man, the Saints could be shitty next year, man.
You ain't lying, bro. Because they was 70-something million under the cap. Malcolm Jenkins just retired. Where old boy go? Did he go to Baltimore? Marcus Williams?
Yeah.
With the Baltimore. Yep. They don't really never had no receivers. Kamara gonna be suspended for a couple games. Because he beat somebody up at the IHOP. Where did he beat that dude up in Vegas at? Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know he beat somebody up at the Pro Bowl in Vegas? And they let him play? Yeah, he beat him.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. I remember that. What's up, Motus? What's up, Rob Detroit, man? Rob Detroit in the building.
They talking about Deshaun Watson and they letting Alvin Kamara put his foot up. So he ain't just beat old boy up, dog. He gave him the beats by Drake. And they still
people get real disrespectful out there.
True.
I don't know what it doesn't justify violence. I don't condone it. But people get real disrespectful out there.
What they saying, hangover? Some guys just can't handle Vegas. I ain't gonna lie, I was drunk the whole time in Vegas, bro. Man, I spent all my money on liquor and food.
Man, that was fun when I went out there, man.
Oh hell yeah! If you like fast shit, man. Oh man, boy, you can get pussy, you can get food, you can get liquor,
everything,
any time of the day. Shoes.
Oh man, I want to go to Vegas so bad, bro. Never been there.
The cheapest time of the year to go down there in the wintertime, they should be dirt cheap, boy.
Go around end of the year. That's the best time to go.
November, December, dirt cheap. I went in the springtime. Last year was actually hotter here than it was there.
Damn.
True.
Yeah. Yep. And the next week they open fully. I thought they was open fully. Man, Vegas the truth. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You probably gonna. I mean, if you like I ain't never been to the hood. You probably gonna like it. You probably gonna want to move there for sure. Shout out to Raw Detroit. You definitely gonna want to move there, bro. Only thing about it is, like, if you on the strip, you don't know if some of the women tricking or they really interested,
or if they're men.
I don't know about men. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I got a homie that live in the Philippines. He know how to spot the motherfuckers like that. He know how to spot the bitches from a mile away.
Oh man!
Hell yeah! He accused his girl on one of the groups of being a tranny. That shit is hilarious, bro. She was about to kill his ass. Hell yeah! He said, "I know one when I see one, and you." I had to think about it.
Why you got a lump on your throat?
Yeah. Atlanta for sure. I'd take my chance in Vegas than Atlanta, boy. Atlanta, man, I ain't touching nothing in Atlanta, boy. Your shit gonna fall off you get back home there. I'm good. Your shit for sure, man. Like Atlanta, because all the straight girls, they just pass everything around. I wouldn't even do nothing with a count. I wouldn't finger you with a count in Vegas, boy. I mean Atlanta, boy. I'm good.
Oh
man.
What he tell them on the hangover real quick? He say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas except for herpes. That should have come back with you. That's my movie right there, boy.
Oh man.
Hey, shout out to Due Date too. That shit was fun. Somebody told me to watch Due Date. That shit is hilarious. It was on Netflix with Robert Downey Jr. and the fat boy from Hangover. Shit's hilarious, bro.
Oh, Jonah Hill.
No, the fat one.
The guy between two ferns.
Yeah, the one that
Galifianakis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said you gotta be. He said you gotta be shitting me. Is he gonna really wear that purse? He said it's not a purse, it's a satchel. Joey Behar has that, and it's a fucking purse. That shit was hilarious, bro. He said the main reason I'm advocating for Woods because I'm tired of Detroit passing on franchise players trying to make a safe picks. People will cry if Woods became a star. Oh yeah, we cried about Justin Herbert, but like I said before, I mean, I wasn't seeing that shit before that pro day though. Even when he made that pass in the combine.
Man, I've been liking Malik Willis since week 4, bro. And then we got told yesterday Malik Willis had a terrible combine and a terrible pro day. Well, what the hell are you watching, man?
Who said
he
that?
was looking good. Some people on a stream, man. I'm just like, I don't even know what to say to you guys.
Man,
bro, how can you look bad at your pro day though? Johnny Manziel looked good at his pro day. Shit, even Tim Tebow looked good at his pro day.
Teddy Bridgewater didn't. Apparently.
Yeah, like how you not look good on your pro day? And at the combine, he threw that ball that fell right to my man's lap.
And the Lions have a system where he could excel. Look, nobody wants to say that. If Tim Boyle can come in out of nowhere and we can almost win a game against Atlanta, what makes you think we can't pull it off with somebody with a better arm, a little bit more mobility,
hey,
that can open up play calling more?
Then we always be Cleveland with him too.
You say what?
Then we always be Cleveland with him too.
It was close. Yeah. It was a close score, but he won't putting up no shit to like.
That's because DeAndre Swift was.
But I'm just saying to win the game, Tim Boyle was almost good enough. So you can't tell me with Malik Willis out there that we really, really don't have a shot to win or maybe win the game.
I just sit them out there and just work.
Because we're running the ball most of the time anyway, and they're afraid of that. That's why Tim Boyle was able to come in. Not feeling the pressure like that.
I don't think they
give this man a line.
Hey, look, I don't even think they even want to do that. They really probably want to run and pass more off the boot and off the play action. Like I said before, Matt Corral would be pretty good in Detroit too. I'm telling y'all, man.
You know what I'm tired of hearing about? They say Malik Willis trying to do everything when he was in college. Did they not see who he's playing with? That offensive line was the worst offensive line. No one on that team besides him gonna be in the NFL.
I say this: that receiver he had pretty good though. I don't know who he was. He's pretty good, but their scheme was terrible, bro. They was doing some dumb shit in Liberty, bro. That scheme was terrible. That was like Frederick Douglass high school team in Detroit, offensive package, but. Like I said before, I mean, I knew his name was going. I told you somebody gonna creep up in that top 5 area.
I mean, could you imagine a triple option with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Khalif Raymond? Like, oh man, come on, man.
Here's my thing, man. You don't lose anything drafting Willis. You know what I'm saying? To me, at number 2, that's who you want to draft is a quarterback. Take a chance with him, groom him under Mark Brunell, see what he can do with him, and then bring him in next year. To me, it will work.
Yeah, of course, that's logical. You thinking with logic, my brother? Do you think this franchise?
Oh, absolutely,
like
that's what you do. But if that deal is so buttery sweet that you can't pass it up,
oh yeah,
you got to take that deal.
I mean, but that's
we got to put feelings to the side here, folks.
I mean, too.
This deal.
Hey, man, I love the trade down scenario, man. I do too.
I mean, yeah, you can trade down. You can. I'm telling you, Green Bay need a receiver. This got to be the year they take him in the first round. You at 16 and 19, they got to get in front of you. You can ham Green Bay.
Yeah, call up the right team and then just make them pay.
Yep, Green Bay the main one. Like I got Dallas on the line. I got Pittsburgh on the line. You can ham them right there, bro.
Right, and I know that made Minnesota feel good just milking Chicago.
You ain't lying, bro. That's what made.
And then they feel good.
And then they still ended up with that guy in Darisaw, and they thought with a better offensive line, Kirk Cousins was gonna produce, but Kirk Cousins is a limited player. Like it or not, everything is perfect in Minnesota that he been there. The defense been pretty good a couple years. They kind of faded off a little bit now. But he had a good running back. He had a good backup running back, 2 good receivers. If it was Diggs, if it was Thielen, if it's Jefferson, Kyle Rudolph, everything he had there, bro. If they had Deshaun Watson, they should have traded their whole thing for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
no question.
Shoot, shit.
That'd been scary as hell, man.
Been like I'm trying to go there though.
But look here, Kirk Cousins milked the system the best any player milked this. He made more money than any other quarterback the last 3 or 4 years, bro.
And I appreciate it because I live in Holland, dog. And he's always donating his money over here.
Yeah, hey, yo, that motherfucker milking it. I ain't mad. He getting the tax right off too. He milking them. He milking it, bro. Whoever his agent is, he the MVP of the he the MVP. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins ain't gonna be hurting for a damn dollar. I ain't mad. I always like to see the players milk the league, but like I said before, if they do move down in that scenario and get something there, I'm fine with it, bro, because you could turn that to more draft capital too. But you know, like I said before, I like Carson Strong. I like Matt Corral. I wouldn't be mad with them dudes anyway. And then also they provide less risk if you do move up and Jay Daniels is elite or Bryce Young. That's who y'all want to see. Jay Stroud. You can easily, you know, keep them on the roster or trade them off the roster and develop them or just let them compete. So, you know, people never talk about New England been doing that for years. Ryan Mallett, Jacoby Brissett, Matt Castle, Jimmy Garoppolo. They also always keep it like one in the chamber. You know what I'm saying? And then they end up getting capital for them too.
Facts, 100%, man.
So, you know, think about it for a minute, bro. So if they do like they take Malik Willis, fine, bro. That's gonna have you know, the bad thing about Malik Willis in that scenario is that he really gonna be putting his foot on Jared Goff's neck. And if you know Goff, you know, he rises, you know, his game, fine and dandy. If he don't, he don't. They could just be like what Matt Nagy said, like, oh, we ain't paying Justin Fields, we ain't playing Malik this year. We gonna, you know, whoop whoop, but people still gonna be clamoring for him, though.
And I really feel like Malik Willis' situation can be a takeoff one. The blocking is there. Most rookies that come in drafted at 2, the offensive line is not established. The anxiety is high. They're throwing interceptions left and right.
But you know,
he has an offensive line that is well established, and he has a running game that is well established. So, I mean,
let me say this too.
That slices the pressure in half.
Let me say this too. And also, you can help him back out in the offensive line game with all them damn picks. We end up getting Larry Warford in like what, the 3rd or 4th or 5th. We got LeAdrian Waddle undrafted. He just couldn't stay healthy. But also too, the number one thing that most young quarterbacks lean on, what did they draft when they drafted Stafford? Who the next player they drafted in the first round was Stafford?
Pettigrew.
So he already got a binky in the tight end. That's what a young quarterback needs. A big target over the middle. You know, so he got a tight end. He got checked down.
Outlet, which is an outlet for the pressure and outlet.
Quite frankly, I would just have Mark Brunell if I had to hire additional help. Ben
Johnson. Yeah, Mark Brunell's done a good job with all the quarterbacks too.
And we go on 4th down every down, bro. Malik Willis with 4th and 1. Come on, man. You know you're getting that.
Me personally, I would sit whatever quarterback they did draft this year. You know, I would just sit them, let Jared Goff earn his money, keep Sheila happy. I would just drill Malik on footwork. I would drill him on mechanics, drill him on coverages. If it's Corral, I drill him on the same thing. And you know, Corral need a year to get physically stronger a little bit more. But outside of that, I just keep drilling him on that. And you know, down the stretch, I do a Patrick Mahomes. If Jared Goff ain't got us in success this year, you know,
and it's fine. Why? Like I keep telling people on my channel, man. I'm like, look, dog, we're not going to the Super Bowl next year. So, like, what is the big freaking deal if you take a quarterback that doesn't play? He doesn't need to play next year. We're not going to no Super Bowl. We're in the NFC North, man. We already know Green Bay going to win the North. We're not ready to compete. But if you get your quarterback now, you let him sit, just like they did with Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes, just like they did with Trey Lance over there and Jimmy Garoppolo. Guess what, man? Next year, you got 2 first-round picks. This young man in his 2nd year is going into a great situation.
Yeah, you got capital this year too, and then also with him as well, he don't need to physically build up on nothing. But I always think back to Stafford's 1st and 2nd year, he took an ass whooping. Like it or not, he got beat up. So I also think too, man, you can continue to add stuff around him. I just think the drilling and the mechanics and the you know, just overall mechanics, just drill him. He'll be ready to step in next year. I mean.
You still can get your receiver for this year too.
I mean, you can wait, but I just think they do need to address receiver because, because DJ Shark just not enough. If he go down, you're in the same predicament you was last year.
Yeah, and you don't know, you know, like the injuries we had last year too was bad when it comes to the wide receivers. So it'd be nice to get another one.
But my thing is too, like, what is like? What like you look at the person need? You say, well, just take quarterback aside. Like the biggest need on this team, you know. I mean, what would you say? You know, looking at you, would probably say safety. I think inside linebacker is something that they sleeping on too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's their biggest need.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like inside linebacker.
Yeah.
I think the safety position. The only thing bad about Daxton Hill, he just didn't get enough turnovers in the back end.
Yeah, just our luck. It just so happened to be a year where it isn't that premier middle linebacker.
Oh man,
David Lloyd is good, but
Devin Lloyd.
I love Lloyd, dog. I love Lloyd, dog.
It ain't a Devin White year. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you'll never get inside linebackers going that high. Patrick Willis went like 9. Urlacher went in the top 5, but you know, other than like Urlacher, bro, did you hear Ricky Williams' whole Urlacher?
No.
What he say?
Remind me to send y'all that clip. He was on No Jumper and shit. And it was asking like who the best linebackers you played against. And the dude was just naming off guys. He said Urlacher. He said something. Let me stop. He's overrated. He said he was overrated as hell. He went in on Urlacher and he started naming his best runs. And he said Urlacher was overrated, bro. He said he's a good athlete and all. He had a lot of hype, but I wasn't afraid to go against Urlacher. He was overrated. And he started
Urlacher was a heck of a linebacker, but you know what? He may be right. The Detroit Lions didn't have a running back at that time to really, you know, go at him and challenge him. So
he
maybe
hit the
Ricky's
blunt.
Right.
He said he was overrated and hit the blunt. He was like
Kevin Jones.
No, I'll never forget Kevin Jones running over
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. Boy, boy. Yo, that was the highlight of his career. He said quarterback's better next year, hopefully. Well, what you mean better? Who's better next year? Let me know who better. How
do you know you're gonna get a quarterback next year?
Hey man, I love that narrative.
I just want to know who better, bro, because you better not say the dude from Ohio State.
I love that narrative.
Yeah, I've been talking about Malik Willis the whole year. He said, that's raw, agree, 32, 34, 66. They right across the line right here. There might be some lottery number for somebody. Look, 2, 34, 66.
You know how many people told me that Justin Herbert was trash? When I said, we need to draft this guy. We need to get him. I said, this dude's good. Man, he trash. He trash. He can't. He sucks, man. Didn't you hear what Tom McShay said? He trash. I said, bro, this dude's a franchise quarterback. Nah, he trash. Same garbage is going on with Malik Willis right now, man.
You know what's so funny about it, too? He would have been the first. My whole thing about him was he'd have been number 1 had he came out the previous year. You know, he would have been the number 1 overall pick. So my thing, too, is, you know, I was done with Todd McShay and all them when Mike Mayock went out to Las Vegas and stunk it up. Mike Mayock was my go-to guy, man. Trash. He said, I'm taking Watson, Jameson at 16, 19, not letting Green Bay get nothing. That's the way to look at it, bro. And then you take them and then you hold them hostage. You need them. You know, you hold them hostage. But Logic, salute. But my favorite receiver this year is either London and Traylon Burks. I like both of them. He said,
George Pickens. Garrett Wilson all day. I'm still, you know, we don't have a shot at getting them.
I like George Pickens.
Garrett Wilson.
I like George Pickens too, man.
George Pickens too, man.
George Pickens is a problem.
Oh yeah, I love Pickens.
Pickens is a problem. But my favorite, it's a tie between London and Traylon Burks. My favorite.
I say Pickens and Garrett Wilson.
I say Pickens and London.
Mine is London's, Pickens, and Burks. Burks, I don't care what that 40 say, man. Burks he got game speed.
Burks a beast, dog.
And he's a big boy. Bro. He a big boy too.
Anquan Bolden, bro.
Man, I can't even say that's a good comparison, Bolden. But I think he might have a different speed than Bolden. I think he might have one more gear than Bolden. It's close. I never forget Bolden and Charles Rogers shootout at Ford Field opening day. Oof. Yeah, Rogers flashed his potential. You know, when Matt Miller was about to die, he about to get a heart transplant. He said that I knew I fucked up. You know, he told Peter King I knew I messed up and I knew he had problems. And You know, I was going to take who he said he was going to take DeMarcus Ware. No, it was DeMarcus Ware, and you know, he basically said Mayhew had talked him out of taking DeMarcus Ware, and they say take me. Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, pull up that article. He about to get a heart transplant. You do shit like that. You don't think he's gonna make it. He starts spilling everything. He said, my first mind was to take DeMarcus Ware, and they talked me into taking Charles Rogers. I knew he had his problems, and he knew it. He was like, man, and then Martin Mayhew went behind his back when he got fired and said, well, I wasn't telling him to he was taking that shit. I was telling him to take, this guy, that guy. That's how he got the job. He got promoted. He backdoored Matt Millen and blamed Matt Millen for all that. Matt Millen said that they was consulting him to take those guys, those receivers and shit. He was the nigga about to die. He thought about to die. He was telling the God honest truth. Shit. And it was 20-something. It was like what? 10, 15 years later, he did that interview. It's like a couple years ago, to be honest. Imagine taking Willis at 2, then the next best receiver, and taking Bryce. Man, I ain't never seen Bryce Hall. I was impressed at the combine, but we Kenneth Walker country. I'm gonna do Bryce. I'm gonna look at Bryce Hall. My bad. I'm gonna look at him. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. Stephen say Ross said facts, Mike. He said Hendon Hooker next year. I don't even know what that is. All right. We love being mediocre in Detroit. Why not strive for greatness? That's true, Raw. He said they don't want a project quarterback. Well, Trevor Lawrence was a project. He damn near died last year. Zach Wilson was a project.
I mean, that's suspect when they use that word project and raw prospect.
Yeah.
You underselling them.
It's real suspect when they throw that around. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand when they say that. I can understand that when they say that about when they say that about a small school quarterback years ago. But Carson Wentz went in there and had to get baptized by far too. But I don't need
Ben Roethlisberger is about to leave this game. One of the best to ever do it out of Miami, Ohio. What are we talking about?
Yeah, true.
I feel like when they be saying that,
they never said raw or project with him.
But when they be looking at the black quarterbacks and saying project, it's because they don't know how to use them.
No. My favorite is he a runner. So who said we was live like a weeks ago and somebody said that what's the black quarterback they said remind them of Byron Leftwich? Did he say that about Malik Willis? Somebody called Malik Willis Byron Leftwich. We was on live, bro. I had to walk away from the microphone, bro.
Man, my God.
It was somebody. I think it was Malik Willis, bro. It was somebody. He said it reminds me of Byron Leftwich. I said, he's just trying to get a reaction. Best part of taking Willis too, we'll never hear about you talking Baker again. Boy, don't nobody want Baker. Nobody want Baker.
Yeah, you know what? we do a lot of talking, but special teams too, man.
We lost.
We got to get better. We did pretty good on special teams because Dan Campbell is a motivator. But it's a couple guys that's local that I think would be good for our special teams if we can get them late. And that's Connor Hayward from Michigan State. He could play fullback. He's been showing out at tight end at the combine. So he's useful at several positions. He has a motor, it's in his blood apparently. Him on special teams. And what's the brother?
We also lost
Hassan Haskins from Michigan, running back, 6th round.
We also lost out on Jalen Reeves-Maybin too. He gone too. So
yep.
I agree with that. He made some plays last year. That's the only year I really liked him. He made a few.
We picked up Board to replace him.
Who?
Picked up Board to replace him.
Jalen Reeves-Maybin made some big plays last year, bro. People forget that. I think he knocked the ball out in Minnesota or it was Atlanta. He might have did both. Look up Hooker. Willis, good, but he not. Who am I? Hooker. Who is he? What his name? Hendon Hooker. Hold on, y'all be saying all these damn names. Hold on.
I think he's talking about a prospect.
Is that Virginia Tech? I seen Virginia Tech play last year, boy. Trash. Whoever that white quarterback was, trash. I think he transferred. Oh, he a volunteer? He a volunteer? Yeah, he a senior. But what the hell happened to y'all boy over there? What's his name? Harbaugh boy.
Hey, man, we roll the dice on Willis. If it don't work, then we take the McCarthy kid from Michigan when he's ready.
Oh, gee, your boy Harbaugh got a decision to make, don't he? That's why he really tried to get out of here. He didn't want to make that decision between Nevada boy, Cade and oh boy should have been playing since last year, but I don't know, man. He said Tim Boyle and David 0-8 record. David Blog was undrafted though. Hold on. Who else you doing in the back? Is that Michael? Yeah, that Michael Mike, dog. He said, will we give Joff
the legendary?
He said we get golf for the extension. I've been waiting any day for them to make his contract guaranteed. I ain't more guaranteed. George Pickens got that smash my football franchise. You ain't lying. Carry man, boy. George Pickens a bad boy, man.
Man. Y'all
he showed out too in the combine too.
Oh yeah, and he wasn't even 100% healthy neither. So you gotta understand he gonna get more bursts. Garrett Wilson and Burks, Jameson Williams carry speed, but his knee. Burks in London. Yeah, London. I mean, London give you somebody that's a route technician. He remind you of Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas from out there in LA too. Keyshawn Johnson is his uncle, He said Pickens would be number one without an AC. Yeah, easily, bro.
Yeah,
without a doubt,
he'd be a top 10 pick.
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder how y'all feel about Georgia.
I know what y'all feel about if Hamilton fell to 16. I run the card up there. It also depend who there too. But I like Hamilton. He make plays.
There's a possibility, man.
Yeah,
it's a possibility.
Tracy Walker is more they both kind of. I think Daxton Hill complements speed wise better, but like I said before, but with Kyle Hamilton, he take the ball away though. So be a little bit better in coverage, but he'll kind of give you that speed that Jimmy Ward got can slide into that nickel.
Help you with over the top.
If you get him to take the ball away, and he's pretty active in the box too. If you look at Daxton Hill's tackling numbers, he pretty active in the box too, bro. TJ Slime he just great. He remind you of Bob Sanders come downhill smacking your mouth, but he just
Lewis Sign.
Yeah, he was my bad. I keep calling that boy CJ Slime. Lewis Sign, he weigh under 200 pounds. He play a little reckless, but if you get him to be better in coverage, I mean, I think he'd be another guy. If he had better coverage and had about 5 to 10 more pounds on you, he'd be a guy talking about going in the top 5 too. So look at Daxton Hill. He had 42 solo tackles. 2 interceptions. I mean, it depends on how Michigan use them too, because they corners like Vincent Gray was getting burnt. They was getting cooked.
Yeah.
So 69 total tackles last year. So you ain't losing shit in the box with Daxton Hill.
And you get a little bit of nickel activity from him. So,
you probably
Yep.
You probably get some X activity, some Z activity from him too. He probably go out on that island and make some shit happen too. So I mean, no more seeing Will Harris out there on the island. Will Harris.
Oh, thank God.
He the reason Jared Goff ain't got a couple more wins, because that Baltimore game.
He's the reason why I got a 5 head.
Bro,
damn, losing hair.
All that athleticism, all that tackling power and all this, I don't even know, bro. I can't even speak on it. He's Taylor Mays of Detroit, bro. Great Madden legend player. Remember, Taylor Mays was every nigga picking Madden, boy.
Man.
And in for real football life, he was a knockoff LaRon Landry. Landry wasn't shit until he got popped out neither, but that's another conversation. I watched him work out one day. I said, ain't no way. You know what? John Lynch, boy, that's that man. If I was ever scared of a white boy on the football field, it'd be John Lynch and Mike Allstott. Mike Allstott, one of my favorite
Allstott
of all time. I had an Allstott.
His pads, dog. His pads are all the way to his helmet.
Look, in elementary, he just did an interview with Taylor Lewan. They call Bus Boys. You ever watch their channel? Busting with the Boys. Hold on, let me pull this up.
You must not have ever seen Kevin Green tackle somebody.
Oh man,
he was nice.
Yeah,
Kevin Green was a freight train.
Here you go, right here. Taylor Lewan, and I forget the other dude. He got he has. Yeah. You have a
Compton, Will Compton or something like
that. Will Compton, and they also had the dudes that left Brandon Marshall show and started to pivot on there, and Ryan Clark started talking about how Derrick Henry was overrated and he wasn't good, and if they was in the alley, Ryan Clark, that he'd pop them, and they was just talking like, bro. He said they talked about somebody in Denver had ran them over. I forget who it was, and they started playing. They just had Denard Robinson on there too. Yep. Mike Allstott interview, man. That dude, he talked like a boxer now though. He talked like a fucking boxer, dude. Like he just but man, Mike Allstott, bro, him and John Lynch, bro. I don't know. We used to get a lot of Tampa games in Detroit, bro. But man, I'm scared of them white boys. I ain't been scared of the white boys. You ever seen John Lynch work out, bro? Man, you ain't whooping that white boy in no alley. I'll tell you that right now. John Lynch fresh off
Kevin Green, man.
That's different. John Lynch was a safety though, bro. Like I had to question if he can play safety today, bro. That nigga be a legit linebacker, bro. Hold on.
Man, Kevin Green will take all start off his feet.
Man, he might do, but he gonna feel it too. He gonna feel it too. He gonna feel it too. I see All-Star gets the ball. Plum. I'm like, man.
He was definitely pinballing people.
You ain't lying.
He had them big ass shoulder pads on. Them shit helped his ass a lot.
I know, man.
Hey, yo, check this out. Check this out. I told you
those things are huge.
Look, check this out. This is a funny story. I had guys to work out with, bro. I told the story before. I had guys work out with at the gym and shit. Right? So we ended up being at the same track before they put the Myers there. We was walking around, we was talking. He played at Notre Dame. He got drafted by the Bears. He was like, man, I went to my locker and I got my shoulder pads and they didn't give me nothing else but the shoes and the whatever, you know, the pants. They ain't give him no girdle, no thigh, no, you know, it was a cup and shoulder pads. He said he went to the equipment manager. He said, "Where my thigh pads at? My knee pads at?" He said, "Niggas don't use that." he said, "I don't use that." He said he had to request to get the thigh and the pads. He said back in the NFL, they just went. They either wore the girdle underneath and the rib cage and all that. They didn't wear, you know, shoulder and knee pads when he came there. He said he had to request them. And he said most of the guys just wore the shoulder pads, the cup, and then, you know, you got the little girdle that go underneath with the built-in pads. The Nike Elite, they call them now today, where they got the little padding over the thigh and little padding. He said, them niggas didn't wear no pads. This was in the 90s. You know, now you see the shoulder pads getting smaller and smaller. That's why you see these dudes getting all these injuries, bro. Yep. When shoulder pads was big for a reason, bro, because he was able to take the grunt of the blow.
Yeah. I wonder if some of these dudes, they be wearing shoulder shocks, because like when my last year of high school, I had a smaller pair of shoulder pads. I had to wear some damn shoulder shocks with them shit.
Yeah, under the
I don't fucking my shoulders up. I play rugby right now, and sometimes I be wearing like a padded undershirt.
And you know,
I ain't putting all that shit on my damn shoulders.
You know, the baby played rugby too. My cousin played against the baby in the high school in rugby. So he told me that. I wasn't surprised he knocking all these niggas out. He said Hayden Hooker came from my channel. Oh, that's why you pushing him. I'm talking shit. There's a Cedric Tillman Hooker from the Vols. Tennessee better turn it around. Daxton Hill gets bullied by big receivers. He is safety. That's why he is safety. I'm perfectly fine. He said I like Hooker, Jaron Hall, Jaden Davis, and Levis a little bit for next year from Memphis. The last couple dudes from Memphis ain't done too good at quarterback, but it is what it is. Hamilton gets run past by college collegiate receivers. That's why he's a safety. You know, you'll see.
Hey, I gotta get going, fellas. I gotta get going.
All right, bro.
Hey, appreciate you letting me on, man.
Yeah, go shoot out the mic.
All right, peace out.
That's why they say safeties are corners with no feet, without the feet. I like Daxton at free safety nickel. They need to take Will Harris out to pasture. Damn. He got a family feed too. He said, who y'all pick? Jalen Tolbert or Justin Ross? I don't even know the hell they is. I apologize. Anthony Richardson next year, Malik Willis. Okay. He said Tolbert. He said Matt Corral Matt Corral by far. That ain't even a comparison. Matt Corral, if he stay healthy. How you feel about Romeo Dobbs? I don't even know what that is either. So I ain't gonna lie to you. He said slow, but everything else Cephas. Yeah, Cephas might be on the chopping block too. He about to get that damn money from Wisconsin though. He might be on the chopping block too. But yeah, let me get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all being again.
All right, bro. Y'all take it easy.
All right, man.
Y'all said Malik Willis give me Aaron Brooks vibes from the Saints. You know Aaron Brooks, that's Michael Vick's cousin too. But hey, peace.
Yeah.